I'm sure all of you know that Dr. Disrespect has been working on a game for quite some time right now. And that's pretty exciting. Until I feed you the poison here, I'm about to roofie your drink with this one. It's not just a game, it's a crypto based game. It has a very strong NFT component to it. In fact, it seems like NFTs are the focal point of the game. That's the number one thing they've been mentioning in regards to this project. So it's a play to earn experience, and these buzzwords, NFT, play to earn, crypto, are beyond detrimental to the hype of any project in 2023. People run away faster when they hear NFT than if they had heard someone shout bomb in an airport. It is a very negative implication when that word's tossed around because it's become so synonymous with scams and people losing their money or getting deceived by NFTs in the crypto space. So people have been dunking on Dr. Disrespect for his inclusion of NFTs in the game. And there's a lot I'd like to talk about with this. So to quickly give you a brief lore recap, the game is called Dead Drop. Dr. Disrespect is spearheading the operation, and fundamentally it is a Tarkov-style shooter, as I understand it, where when you drop into the game, you can find NFTs in the world, and if you extract with those NFTs, you can then turn around and sell them on the blockchain. So you can make legitimate money through playing the game. It's a free-to-play game, and you don't have to use it as like a money-making thing, but you can. The concept is cool, but I'm sure a lot of you that have your thinking caps on may have already identified a glaring issue with the entire core idea of it. But before really diving into the meat of it, I'd like to at least say I always appreciate and applaud creators who go into different areas and try and create bigger things and make wild content, big projects. I always think that's great. And I'll shamelessly plug real quick, speaking of creators doing bigger projects, Godslap. Issue 3's out right now. Issue 3 just dropped, baby. It's available at godslapbook.com. Also, issue 1 and 2 are of course still for sale there, and we got the 2 variant covers for issue 3 as well. So issue 3's out, go get it, godslapbook.com, baby. Read the best comic ever made. So I'm happy Dr. Disrespect is making this game, and I don't think it's going to turn out to be a scam. Hopefully this statement doesn't age like festering dog shit in 2 years when the game drops or whenever, but I just can't imagine that he would blatantly scam his audience because it would be career suicide. And I just feel like there's no way he wouldn't recognize this. It really feels like he wanted to set out to create like a really unique game and experience, but overlooked a lot of obvious problems that'll come from this. So let's talk about it. He posted this tweet a couple days ago. Imagine trying to extract with an item you discovered worth $100,000 on the chain. Think about the entertainment value as a viewer, let alone player. A new PvP experience is upon us. The concept of digital collectibles in an online game is so exciting to me, especially an extraction type of game. People saying scam and are just brain dead headline followers. Same people that spend a ton on skins for an annual release game. Same skins everyone has too. Now, let's really peel apart this onion here. You've got to be huffing a fucking unreal amount of shungite to think for even 1 second with $100,000 on the line in your game that people won't cheat. Cheating is going to be a full-time occupation. It will become a real job to cheat in his game if there are items worth up to $100,000. Even if the items only go up to like $500, it'd be stupid not to cheat. You get cheats for fucking $10 and then try and steal items off players that are worth hundreds. It's a no-brainer. And in the crypto space, this is very common with something like Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity is a play-to-earn crypto game where the more you play, the more money you can earn. And do you know what's happened? It's become an absolute goddamn fucking disgusting, yucky cesspool of cheating, exploitation. There is an entire market for people paying less than a minimum wage overseas to have workers full-time grind Axie Infinity for them so they can make money off of it through the game. And not only that, they had this big hack where they lost $600 million. I'm going to say hack in air quotes here. I'm using that term real loosey-goosey because it's a very shady situation. They just so happen to get hacked and lose $600 million in the process. So more like Haxie Infinity, am I right? And this is a game worth billions. Meanwhile, Dr. Disrespect does not have billions behind his game. So how the fuck is he going to prevent something like that from happening in his? The point is, in the play-to-earn space, there is a lot of bad actors. In fact, there aren't any normal players left really for like Axie Infinity, for example. I'm sure there's like a couple pockets, a couple of holdouts, people playing for fun, but it's very rare. It is mainly just this stinky vehicle for exploitation and making money off the play to earn model with as little effort as possible. It's pretty gross. So that is absolutely going to be the case in Dr. Disrespect's game, where the only people playing are going to be the ones exploiting it for money-making purposes. Dr. Disrespect seems to believe that because it's free to play, and will hopefully be fun to play, it'll incentivize players to hop in the Crucible with their boys, normal gamers like you and me, red-blooded, Gabe Newell worshiping gamers. They're going to be the ones playing my game, not these cheaters and these people looking to abuse our system. When that's just absolute wishful thinking, that is a pipe dream. You have to be Kegeling Shungite to really think that's going to be the core player base for a project like this. With a $100,000 fucking golden snitch on the line, $100,000 real world schmeckles, do you really think that Darren and the boys on the JV football squad are going to be hopping in to try and duke it out on the battleground to fight for that legitimately with honor? Absolutely not. It is going to be cheaters. And since it's an extraction type game, if the normal players happen to be the one to find the item, the cheaters are going to be the one to come around, kill them, and take the item and then extract before you ever even have a chance to fight back or do anything about it. And since it's on the blockchain, it's immutable. You can't really uncheat it. You can't funge the unfungible, goddammit. The non-fungible will stay non-funged. Like, it's a problem that you won't have a solution to. There isn't a single AAA gaming developer out there right now that has solved cheating. Every single developer has cheaters. Billions and billions of dollars go into anti-cheating and to prevent cheaters because it ruins communities and it ruins the longevity of a game. If there's a lot of cheaters, people will stop playing the game because the cheaters push them out. No one's been able to solve that issue. What chance does Dr. Disrespect Studio have of making sure no cheaters exist here? And with this kind of money on the line, can you imagine the frustration, the misery, and the unbearable sinking feeling of finding an expensive item only to have it taken from you by someone that's playing unfair? It's an experience that is going to be completely new here. He's not wrong. This will be a new PvP experience, but it's the worst possible one because you won't be able to combat cheaters. It just can't happen. People are cheating all the time in every game where it doesn't even matter. Games that don't even have like a ranking system or a leaderboard or anything, people still cheat in. Can you imagine how many people are going to cheat in a game where you're literally incentivized to do so monetarily? It's going to be non-stop. You won't have normal players because they're going to be pushed out by the bad actors that are playing the game for nefarious purposes and just greed, playing it to make that money, so they're doing everything possible to cheat and get those items to sell for money. Now let's take for example a game like Counter-Strike, where you can make like an actual full-time living through selling skins in that game. But the difference is, you're not actually earning the skins in-game. You're not competing over the same skin in a match, right? So you're not having to worry about cheaters, which there are a ton of cheaters in Counter-Strike, obviously, but they're not cheating in order to get skins through playing the game. Whereas here, the thing you're competing for is literally real-world money. So it's completely different. The way you make money in Counter-Strike is you're getting cases, you're getting keys, and you're hoping that you get good rolls on your skin, or you're doing some other shady shit under the table for skins, but you're never actually earning them in the game itself through playing against other players, whereas here, you're going head-to-head for those NFTs that are worth the money. It's a completely different landscape. And when asked why he's chosen to have it be blockchain-stored digital items as opposed to a server-side storage like CSGO, he replied saying that he likes the idea of having the digital collectibles have functionality in a different game that comes out 7 years later. That is a cool idea, long-term functionality of the things that you've collected, albeit it is a little unrealistic to assume that whatever you collect in Dead Drop right now will somehow still be able to be implemented in future projects without knowing what those projects are. The developers are going to have to program those things in. It's not just going to be able to slide over. Like, let's say you collect a gun in Dead Drop 2, or in Dead Drop, but the next game they make is a fucking hack-and-slash folk rhythm game. How the fuck is that gun that you've collected in Dead Drop going to somehow make its way into that game? They need to program it, right? That's a lot of development heavy lifting to implement 7-year-old items into a modern game that they're working on that there's really no crossover and probably no actual usage for. But It is a cool idea, and let's say they do decide that it's worth that time investment. This is an idea that can completely work without the blockchain entirely. We'll use Counter-Strike as another easy example. If I wanted my CSGO skins to translate over to CSGO 2 that comes out 7 years from now or whatever, they can deem it worth it to program a way of having those skins be in CSGO 2. It would just take development effort, just like it would in the NFT example. Like the blockchain just provides the receipts to verify who owns what, but you can verify that outside of the blockchain too. You'd verify my CSGO skins right now for CSGO 2, be like, okay, he owns this, this, and this, and here's what we've done to program them into CSGO 2. Like, you don't need it to be NFTs. It can exist without it. Overall, I don't think this game is a designed scam. This isn't Dr. Disrespect trying to fuck his audience or anything. I really think he wanted to create something special and very ambitious. And he liked the idea, as most people would, of being able to play a game and make a living through playing that game. Like, who doesn't love that as a concept? But all of this assumes that everyone's going to be playing fair, and when it comes to money, when you're putting monetary value on the hours you play that game and the items you find, people are going to take the easiest path to get that money. And it'd be stupid not to, honestly, with $100,000 on the line for some of these items, apparently. Everyone is going to be trying to cheat to get those items. No one's going to be trying to play legitimately to obtain that level of wealth. And I don't blame them for wanting to cheat for that. That's a life-changing amount of money in this game. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because it's clearly a huge issue with the project entirely. And I haven't seen a great explanation for how they plan on combating the cheating that would come from all of this. So it seems like an impossible task to ensure no cheaters exist in a game like this. But anyway, that's really about it. See ya.